When was the last time you wrote a letter? For me, it was just 2 days ago. But even as I was writing it, I was thinking that I don't write as many letters as I used to. I think things have changed now with instant communication, whether emails or texting, Facebook, Twitter. All of these things allow us to communicate so quickly with people. But I think also in the process, we're not sharing at a deep level. We're communicating, but most of what we're communicating is surface. It's gotten so bad that now I've heard that people, when they go to a restaurant, they actually take a picture of the meal just before they're going to eat it, and they send it to their friends and their family. Now, honestly, do you want to know what someone else ate? I know I don't. We're living at that superficial level, communicating all the time, but not sharing at a deep level as often as we could, or as often as we should. Today, we have an amazing letter. Paul's writing to the Romans. It's only 7 verses, but it's incredible what he shares. He's telling the Romans about the person of Jesus, that Jesus is the one that the prophets foretold. He fulfills the prophecies, and he came because he is the Son of God, choosing to dwell with us. He died for our sins, rose to give us hope. And then Paul goes on to tell the Romans that he and the others have been invited to be the apostles of Jesus Christ, to be sent out by Jesus to share the good news with others, to invite people to grow in holiness. Now that is sharing at a deep level and inviting the Romans, the Church of Rome, to live at that deep level, knowing Jesus and growing in that knowledge and that love of the Lord. It seems that Jesus was always inviting people to live at a deeper level. And we have that situation in today's gospel. Jesus inviting the people who are right in front of him to look more closely, to live more deeply. They're wondering, how is it that Jesus is doing the amazing things he's doing? Give us a sign that you should be doing this. So Jesus calls it an evil generation. They're looking for a sign so that maybe they might put some focus on this person that is Jesus. Instead of looking more deeply at him, understanding all that he had been doing and wanting a relationship with him, they simply ask for a sign. And if they don't like the sign, they can just go away. Jesus tells them that the people of Nineveh, when Jonah came to them, they listened. They looked within themselves and realized they were not living at a deep level. They were not living the way God wanted them to. And so they changed. They repented. And the good news is, the Lord did not punish them. Jonah's words settled in their hearts, and they became a more faithful people. Jesus then tells us about the Queen of Sheba, this woman that comes from the south. She travels a great distance. Here's a queen, and she comes to speak to Solomon because she wants to live at a deeper level. And Solomon helps her to do that. Solomon helps her to understand the scriptures. She changes, and then she goes home, and hopefully she shares that with others. Jesus tells this crowd that she made a sacrifice so that she could know God better. And it changed her life. She did not regret it. And now Jesus is looking at this crowd of people who are seeing what he's doing, somewhat listening to him, and he calls them an evil generation. Perhaps they were more living at that Facebook level of just living superficially, not living deeply. Jesus was clearly frustrated with these people because they weren't giving him a chance. And they were choosing not to live at a deep level where they could come to know him and how much he could change their lives. They missed out. Clearly, Jesus was frustrated with their lack of openness in their choosing to live at that superficial level. As we begin our day today, we realize that the Lord wants every one of us to live at a deeper level, to share our faith with others without hesitation, to speak to our family, our friends, especially those who are struggling, and to say to them, I'm going to offer my Mass for you today, or I'm going to pray the rosary for you. I'm going to lift you up in my prayers tonight. I want you to know that you're not alone. That's how we can share our faith. But individually, personally, we should spend time opening our heart so that we can discover, as Margaret Mary did, the love of Jesus, the love that he has for us. Jesus wants us to understand that his love pours down upon us so we can experience mercy. Know the mercy of God for us. But it also, the love of Jesus, his heart opening for us, he shows that this is the way we can live our lives with an openness to others. Not to be afraid, not to hold back, but to give ourselves in our relationship with family, with friends, but even with strangers. Yesterday at one of my masses in Brockton, this woman thanked me for the homily that I gave. And I was talking about the garment, the wedding garment. And I said to her, you need to put on the garment. What is that garment? The garment's the garment of love. You got to wear it all the time. And after Mass, she said, I really did like the homily. And she opened up her jacket. She was wearing a sweatshirt that said, wear love. Wear love. So when people see us, they see love. That's living at the deep level that Jesus calls us to do today. Let's choose to wear love and live deeply.